This week on Winchester and Jury's Natural Born, the Bennett family takes center stage as brothers Aaron and Andrew see if they can round out their deer seasons.
Hunting plays a huge role in my daily life. For me, I'm involved in it. It's on my mind all day, every day, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Well, I had a few expectations going into 2021. Had a couple new farms I was going to be hunting. One was a lease with Matt Drury and the landowner, Doug Wilming, who owned the farm. You know, we had to get that farm prepped with blinds, food plots, and get it ready for the fall. I also had a personal farm that I had purchased back in 2020, and this was going to be my first full year to get the farm set up with biologic plots and stands and blinds, so expectations are high. The buck hit list is starting to grow on each property, and now it's just a matter of time for me to get in there and go to work. Well, heading into November, we have a couple bucks on our mind. One that we're getting lots of trail pics of and had some encounters with is a deer that we call Mr. Squiggles, or Squiggles for short, mainly because he kind of had a little squiggle in his left main beam. He had long main beams. He was one of the most frequent deer that we had on the farm. You know, Matt and Scott, they had an encounter with this deer, with Squiggles, but he just didn't give them a shot opportunity.
Oh, another big buck, Squiggles, left. Squiggles there on the left. Yeah.
Fast forward to opening week in the gun season. Jeremy Pugh and I were heading in to hunt. We all have our eye on this deer. If he shows up, he's gonna be in trouble.
Good afternoon, guys. It is day 2 of Missouri rifle season. Jeremy and I, we just climbed up in the blind, back on the spot we were at this morning. Last night we were at the very far end of this big long field. It's probably about half mile, 3/4 mile. And right before dark, I could see a big buck right up here. So if he shows back up again tonight, we're gonna let that Winchester bark because we are gonna be sitting right in their laps.
We checked DeerCast before heading out. It's looking pretty good. This blind is strategically placed on this farm so that we can see in a lot of different directions for long ways. Hopefully we can get that Winchester to thump before the night is over.
Yeah, I see him in there. Okay.
He's looking the other way.
Okay.
You want him?
Yeah, I'm on him. Okay. Oh, he's going back in. He just went back in. Oh, there's a doe. There's a doe.
I heard the bull hit.
Yeah, you got him.
Oh, baby. That's a deer we call Squiggles. Oh, man. Just like that happened. Weren't seeing anything. Here we are about 15 minutes before legal shooting light. And next thing I know, I look over and I see a small buck. And I look over and I see Squiggles come out. Got the Winchester 270. Freaking clocked his butt. So, I don't know. I heard the bullet hit. I mean, I was right behind his shoulder, so it should be good. Put it there, buddy.
Good job.
Yes. Finally, yes. All right, guys. We hung out in the blind for a little while, and just to give that deer some time. Pretty sure it's a pretty solid hit. I mean, I heard that bullet just thump him.
That's a Winchester PowerPoint right there, buddy. I can see him laying up there. It's not much of a track job, so we're just gonna go get him. Look at that deer. Big ol' 8-point. Well, he didn't make it probably 40 or 50 yards in the timber, made for a very quick and easy recovery. And I could not be any happier to wrap my hands around Squiggles. Let's get him up out of the timber and go take a better look at him. Well, all right, guys, here he is. We pulled this big guy out of the timber, got him set up here in the field so we could take a good look at him. We call this deer Squiggles. Reason being is he's got these long main beams, as you can see, and they kind of squiggle a little bit. Had a great hunt tonight. Cracked him with the 270 Winchester. Using those Winchester Deer Season XP rounds. Had a massive blood trail, probably went 70, 80 yards, and it was happiness at the end of the blood trail.
Winchester USA Ready Defense is a select grade of personal defense ammunition that offers a unique combination of stopping power, penetration, and reliable expansion. The innovative hex vent rigid insert shields the hollow point by channeling soft material for positive expansion and energy transfer. Built with match-grade primers for trusted reliability. Be ready when you need it most with USA Ready Defense.
Congrats to Aaron, who before the break got the chance to drop the hammer on Squiggles. Man, that Deer Season XP packs a punch. Moving right along, we're trading in Aaron for his younger, better looking brother Andrew as he looks to double the Bennett success on a mid-November stud.
Going into the 2020-21 season, I have 3 particular farms that I hunt, and one in particular is a 70-acre piece. It's a family friend of mine, and I've been hunting it for 3 years. And what I've noticed over the last 3 years, it's more of a rut farm, so I haven't been able to build up a lot of history with these deer. And that happened to be the case this year. My first day in on that farm was actually a morning hunt. First morning hunt of the year was October 30th. DeerCast said great, and I was expecting to have a good morning.
We gotta be on our toes because it's wet in here, so I got Tim Segler behind me. But there's a couple different mature deer, not huge rack deer, but mature deer that I'm hunting this morning, so.
8:39, I actually rattled, banged the horns together. 5 minutes later, actually a nice mature 8-pointer came in.
I have no idea what deer that is. Dude, he's big.
I wasn't sure of the deer. He got into range, and Tim was telling me to shoot him, and by the time I made up my mind to shoot him, he got out of my shooting range.
Maybe he'll come back. I don't think I recognize the deer. But this farm's a rut farm, so new deer filter, and he looked pretty solid, so we'd have to look at the footage. I didn't want to shoot a deer I didn't know, but cool encounter. I hope he comes back.
Okay, so fast forward, Big Bro killed. I'm heading in the following weekend, November 20th. I'm self-filming, that's always a challenge. I will be sitting a ground blind and make it a little easier, set up a tripod, and we're gonna see what happens. So when I first seen this buck pop out, I was trying to look through my phone really quick to see, did I know this deer? Because I had gotten 2 or 3 big bucks and just in the last 2 weeks that I was really looking for. All I know is I didn't know this big buck, but when I seen his body, I knew he was mature and he's coming right to me.
in the field. I look to my right. There's 3 does and a big 8-pointer. I think he's got a flyer. Holy smokes, I had been fast. I turned around and they were working right to me. I think they're heading down to the clover. But that doe was getting a little nervous, and I think I got it all good on film, so I'm gonna review the footage and we'll get back to you. But that looked like a big 8-pointer, 145-inch 8-pointer, big mature deer. Wow, holy smokes. All right, good morning. We are back to the scene of the crime. After reviewing the footage last night, looking at DeerCast track, we think we're upper abdomen on this deer, so we gave him all night, didn't even go in and pressure him. Everything DeerCast track said with that shot, especially with the Winchester ammo, it said to give him 12 to 15 hours. And I got some reinforced, got Tim Stigler behind me, and Chris is gonna come, we're gonna help, so we're gonna go look for him, but I'm nervous, that's for sure, so. Oh my gosh, he's right there. He went 25 yards off the field. I shot him right there.
Look at him.
Wow, that's the easiest track job I've ever had.
All right, man.
I can't believe it. It's nice. All right, well, here it is. Big, gnarly 8-pointer. He's got a couple flyers. And I don't know this deer, which is surprising, but that's the magic of the rut, man. We had a couple hot does came out, and he just ventured onto the field. So, man, I could not be happier. This is fantastic. The Winchesters put a hurting on him, and like I said, the shot was back, but he didn't make it 20 yards off the field. Got good buddy Tim Stigler behind me, and buddy Chris here filming and helping with the track job, and we're having a blast. And now it's time to celebrate a little bit.
DeerCast is now supercharged with maps. Get ahead of your game with killer new features like live Doppler radar, wind check out to 5 days, virtual rain gauges, GPS path tracking, and more. Plus, get our 14-day revolutionary DeerCast prediction and access to DeerCast Track. Prep, predict, and pursue with DeerCast.
Man, the Bennett brothers are knocking this episode of Natural Barn out of the park. As Andrew takes a breather on the bench, can Aaron finish off the episode with a pinch hit home run? Let's join up with Aaron as he goes in for one last hunt in late December.
All right, here we go, guys. Flying solo this afternoon. It's been cold, not too cold, but cold enough. Got a couple nice bucks that are coming to this biologic plot. We'll go ahead and slip up into the blind and see what happens, see if we can't get narrow in one. Well, the whole entire deer season almost was abnormally warm. We had very few cold stretches. We have a massive cold front coming in. I'm actually gonna go in a few days ahead of it just to see how the movement is. I know there's some really good deer coming to this food plot on a regular basis. So at this point, I'm just gonna sit back and let the evening unfold. So all of a sudden, this 2-year-old starts walking up in the timber towards the food plot. I've kind of got tunnel vision on this deer while I'm filming him coming to the food plot. Little do I know, one of my target bucks also entered the food plot and I didn't even see him. I look up and there he is, there's V3. I've had pictures of him all year, all through the summer. He's been very consistent and starting to freak out a little bit because I'm by myself and I'm just hoping he's gonna give me a shot.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Can't believe we did it. I say we, I did it. And I just smoked the #1 target buck on this farm that I wanted to kill that was still here after gun season. I got a couple phone calls to make because I'm gonna need help getting them out of here. I'm so pumped right now, it's not even funny.
Man, I don't even think he went 30, 35 yards. It's been a great season, from harvesting Squiggles during gun season, Andrew's buck, and now capping off the season with V3. I'm so pumped. At this point, I just want to get down and get my hands on him.
All right, well, here we are, guys. Cody and Jeremy showed up to the rescue to help me get him out of the timber. I was self-filming tonight, something I generally don't do. He came out to a biologic maximum field. Well, he was just chowing down. He's been there the last probably week and a half. I just haven't been able to catch up with him during daylight. So all's well that ends well. 45 yards, zipped him, tipped over right in the timber. Thank God, because I can hear coyotes in the background right now. So could not be any happier to have harvested this deer tonight.
This segment presented by DeerCast WindCheck. Hunt the wind up to 5 days in advance.
Next week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born, some of our very good friends are strapping in for some classic whitetail hunts. First up with Tim Sigler, and then with fun-loving Steve Stoltz, a classic DoD team member who's looking to strike some gold in Iowa. So don't forget to carve out some time for us next week, because you won't want to miss a moment.
We're adding new videos every week, so make sure to click that subscribe button and check out all of our amazing content. This episode of DoD TV was brought to you by Leupold.